Let me clear my. What's up? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? All right. Well, I would say excuse me, but it ain't nothing wrong here. It's just me. Yeah, it's just all me and my glory. So I guess I'll say excuse my theatrics. I got a bit theatrical in the beginning. Anyway, I'm just excited to be talking about this topic, right? Okay, so definitely had to clear my throat. So before I actually get into the topic, I want to play a little bit of the sound bowl to help us all relax. Because for me, oh my gosh, especially this frequency, I had another frequency before, but that one broke on me. So the point being is that this frequency is actually worked out perfectly because I love this tone. So I love this tone. Okay. So I don't have any script. I didn't take any notes. This was literally just a spur of the moment type of thing. I was just sitting around thinking about, recently there's been, and when I say recently, I mean like the last year or two, there's been a lot more people getting more candid about their situation when it comes to depression, especially when it comes to like cleaning up. And I see people posting some great advice like about hot spots, cleaning an area for 10 minutes. Now, this came to my mind because I remember there was a time where I had some company over, and you don't, especially if you're in a state of depression or anxiety, you really keep to your own space, and you really don't allow a lot of people into that personal space. So when you are allowing someone into your home and into your personal space, um, there should be a sense of respect there. There's a sense of trust there, right? But in this instance, someone just decided to kind of like poke fun at the situation. Maybe they saw something that they didn't prefer, maybe if it was a dirty floor or dirt in the bathroom, whatever the fuck. Point being is that, yeah, this person took it upon themselves to try to like make a mockery out of my personal situation. And shit, I ain't never been a fucking Mrs. Clean, Mrs. Like the fucking baseboard type of cleaner. Shit, it is what it is. But it definitely ain't never been like no fucking house full of trash on the floor or nothing like that. But my point being is that sense of judgment there helped me also to realize how there's like a lot of lack of understanding when it comes to the effects of depression and anxiety and how that can play a role externally, and how instead of being judgmental, our community can really truly learn to be more supportive, because sometimes our community, we nitpick and we find all kinds of ways to try to tear each other down. And it's sad when you try to trust someone and you allow them into your home, and that person thinks that it's funny, like, let me make a mockery out of this, look at what I can do, type shit. Now who's the clown though? But anywho, That happened a while ago, but I just wanted to address it because, like I said, even now, me, like I said, I don't wash my dishes often. If I basically like, I don't have a lot of dishes because I don't need a lot of dishes. It's just me and my kids. You know, if we need a dish, I got paper plates, you know, whatever. That's the thing too. People try to be funny about you having paper plates in your home. And it's like, the things that we try to make mockery out of is just, it's so ignorant. And it's sad that it comes from some people that are supposed to be more mature than you, or you would assume to be more mature, because sometimes we associate maturity with age, but obviously that's not always factual, right? But point being is that, yeah, like for me personally, my dishes will be like the last thing to get done, because I feel like I'm gonna make sure everything else in my room, sheets, living room, all that is clean, but the dishes might be the last thing to get done. So I finally did my dishes after, like, it's probably been like a week. But yeah, I just stacked them up in the corner, you know what I'm saying? I duck them off, like, if you can see, hold on. So my fridge is on the other side, so I kind of sometimes just put them on the side by the fridge until I'm ready to wash them. But I mentioned that because that's just like me being candid on something that's why it can take a couple days or even a couple weeks to get some shit done. Like, I'm still working on my laundry. Now, look at what I did, though. Be proud of me. Look at that. So now my laundry was already sorted. So sometimes it's like where you have to really break shit down and don't put too much pressure on yourself. So when I learned about the 10-minute hotspots from the YouTube, that made me feel really good, because it was like I could let the pressure off of myself. If I just clean one spot for 10 minutes, I got something accomplished, versus feeling like, well, damn, I wasn't able to get anything accomplished because I got overwhelmed by how much there is to do, you know, especially when it comes to laundry, especially when you're the only one doing laundry in a house of 3 people, let alone shit, a household with a husband. Goddamn, you know, husband gonna have to do his own damn clothes. I can't even lie. Shit. I mean, maybe eventually it really ain't, it won't be that big of a deal, because my point being is like, for me, breaking that laundry down is sheets, towels, kids, me, undies. There's five different categories, but then you have at least like 3 loads per category. So that's like 15 different damn loads. And sometimes I just get overwhelmed. So I was like, I already had it sorted in my room. So I already had one of my spare rooms. So I already had everything sorted, but pulling it out actually like helps to move the process along to actually get it done. So it was sorted. So now I pulled it out to the living room so that I can now take the shit to the car. Now, I was hoping to get to it today, but some things you just can't get to. Like, what else I gotta do? Mop the floor. So I still gotta mop my floor, but I wasn't able to get to that today. But a part of this is also taking pride in your small victories. Give yourself that recognition in that, instead of like being harder on yourself, like, I didn't get that done. Oh my God, I'm supposed to get that done. Oh my gosh, I'm so like lazy. I didn't get that done. See, sometimes it's not about somebody being lazy. You got to understand, especially with the society we live in, a lot of times not simply just single mothers, but as a single mother, a lot of things do fall on you. So sometimes people, how they choose to carry their burdens may not be what you feel like is appropriate or some shit. But let's get to the beginning of the situation. Let's talk about what is anxiety. Let's talk about what is depression, because believe it or not, some people really don't know, right? So, and honestly, you really truly won't even know until you actually, like, a lot of things you can't really know until you actually have a chance to experience for yourself. And some of us, there are such things as empaths who have the ability of feeling that emotion, even if they haven't experienced something. But anxiety, to me, when I first watched this movie called Wanted, if you don't know the movie, it's like that dude, he was in the car with Angelina Jolie, and he just had all this adrenaline for no reason. Like, he just, overly, anxious. and he wasn't able to take control of his life because like his life was controlling him. But with that being said, it's like it just produces a lot. It's something in you. It's an imbalance of your flight or fight response. So it's a heightened awareness of caution. That's what anxiety really is. So with this heightened awareness of caution, sometimes anxiety, well, most of the time, anxiety happens when someone's been put in an environment where they felt like they had to fight or flight. So you're constantly on edge, about it can be a noise. I mean, it don't necessarily have to be anything in particular. Like it could be noises that makes you feel like for instance, guns. Oh my God, look. I had to get used to this one because, even if you come from the hood, like a lot of people, they don't want to acknowledge that they have PTSD or a little bit of trauma because, oh, that's normal where I come from. But just because it's normal where you come from don't make it fucking okay. Okay, goddamn. So anywho, like when I hear fucking gunshots and shit, I gotta count. It's a thing that I do because first of all, when I hear that pop, it's like you try to think in your head like, is it a gun? Is it a firework? Like what? You're trying to like make sure that you can have a distinct understanding of what sound you're hearing, right? And so it's like sometimes you can hear when it's a firework, like, okay, that's a firework. But then when you hear like, I literally just heard fucking, I don't even know what kind of gun this person had because I heard fucking 13 shots. I'm like, what gun got 13 shots? He's like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, was this last night or the night before last? And then I heard about 4 to 6 more and it was like 5 minutes in between. So I was like, damn, like what the fuck are we supposed to do? But anywho, my point of saying that is like, that's a trauma, like that's a trigger to, in some people's cases, anxiety, like where a certain noise can be a trigger, a remembrance of a time where you had to protect or defend yourself. So now you feel as though like, shit, I don't know where it's coming from. I need to be ready. Shit, what the fuck? Where is it coming from? You know what I'm saying? Now, I did start to notice my more anxiousness. I believe it was around 2018 when I remember putting gas in my car and I remember just feeling like motherfucker. And I do believe that people be watching me and people be weird and following me and shit sometimes, but I just felt like, I was being watched. So I just like, I ain't like that. I ain't like the way that felt. Now, that's another thing about anxiety too. Like, you can have confidence, but sometimes if you're like a person that really don't like a lot of attention, it can make you anxious to have all the fucking attention. Like, I don't want all of them attention. I can't help it that I draw attention, but I don't want like a whole fucking so it puts a lot of pressure on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people. So what else can kind of be anxiety? Anxiety can also come up in like feeling pressured to do things like be a part of fucking society. That's a major part of my fucking anxiety. I released that though because I decided that I'm not a part of this shit. I'm an outcast. But anywho, point being is that like even society can produce forms of anxiety because it could be like professional anxiety where you feel like this pressure to create, or even the pressure to just live in the fucking world. That's the pressure of anxiety. It's like, you want me to live in a fucking battlefield. So let me see. So some ways that you can support people who have, like you can start to identify anxiety by a change of body language. If you're with someone and they're usually pretty comfortable around you, but as you guys go out, you can notice like their energy locks up. Or anxiety can also take physical forms to where some of us might have like little glitches or twitches that we do. I know some people might have like things that they do with their necks. These things are like twitches are our body's way of trying to release those nerves. So just being aware of these things. And what else? Let me see. Also letting your partner or your family and friends know that they do have a safe space to express themselves. Like, just let me know if you're anxious, go feel free to let me know. And also try to be like, when you're being supportive of your friends or family with anxiety, try to encourage them to step outside of their comfort zone. Because sometimes us with anxiety is like I just told you, it's an over awareness of fear. So we don't know what the fuck to expect. So we feel like somebody might get hurt, or I don't know. Shit, I might have to break down and hide. But sometimes you need to help that person get out of their, like we just need like a helping hand to get out of that anxiety to furthermore enjoy themselves. But I know a lot of people with anxiety kind of, they create like a prison for themselves, and it's not really healthy. It's not healthy, but that's why it's important to have a support system that can, make sure that you have a healthy balance. Like, let's say if this person has social anxiety, so they don't like to be around big crowds. So instead of going to a place where it's going to be like hundreds of fucking people, go to the small, like, okay, you can help that person step out of their comfort zone a little bit, but don't overwhelm that person either, though. Go to an event that they enjoy. They might enjoy like painting or beer fest, whatever, but maybe they might like a good 20 something people. And that might even be too many people for some people. If it's like, okay, if there's like a market, go to the market, take a walk at the park where there's people that don't motherfuckers ain't in your vicinity. They over there, but they not right here all up in our space. If your person really does have like major anxiety, start finding ways where you guys can enjoy each other's company in a more intimate setting, maybe with about 2 to 3 more friends. So it's like just 5 of y'all, you know what I'm saying, where y'all can really actually get more personal. And I think that a lot of people with anxiety also enjoy people who are like intimate settings. We don't really like to open up. Like, it's not that we don't want to open up. It's like, I don't want to it's overwhelming to try to share your energy with so many people. So just for instance, like that dude that was yelling and screaming at the store today, that fucking triggered me, because it's like, it's just too much for no reason. That type of negative energy. And that's why, like, sometimes energy can also cause anxiety within people, especially people like me, those who are empathic and can pick up on energies. And sometimes we also absorb energy. So I do believe that to an extent I absorbed some of his energy, because he made me annoyed that he was yelling, and it literally triggered my fucking head. Like my head was literally hurting. I had to lay down. And that was just, I was on the outside for fucking 20 minutes. Like I said, I had enough of people already. Okay. I got to go home because I have to regroup. And I saw other people and I know how to say hi. And I said, I know how to be cordial and things like that. But I just knew that in that instance, like with that negativity, I needed a fucking break from whole humanity. Shit. Goddamn, some energies just be too heavy. Like, it was just unnecessary, I felt. But yeah, sometimes even other people's emotions or the chaotic atmosphere, like for instance, sometimes going to like a local bar, depending on what neighborhood you in, you definitely gonna have to be on guard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was a sense of like having to feel like you gotta watch your shoulders and shit, like you know what I'm saying, like on guard. I'm gonna ask. So yeah, try to find some places that resonate with you where and you can even do little things for yourself if you have anxiety, like when you're in a place, make sure that you know your exits. Knowing the exit always helps me, because bitch, when I'm ready to go, I will do toodaloo, got to go. Okay. Now depression. Ooh, this one right here. Oh Lord. So yes, these things show up differently in many people. And I also was thinking about how many people are depressed, but they like put on this facade of being happy. Like, so I'm not trying to say like I guess more so like there is a thing of that, but where I was going with that for real quick is like the ones that don't want to own that they're depressed, like the ones that want to deny, like they try to put on a facade, like, yeah, I got this money, yeah, I got this car, yeah, I got this and that and the other. Look at me, woo woo wow. But you put your whole entire existence and value of yourself into fucking material shit, and you claim to be happy. You know, I don't like the fake flexers. You know, I get it. We got trauma and shit, but you gotta own your shit. But yeah, certain depression can really show up so much differently. Yeah, I mean, and just know that healing is not like there's no time process. So don't let nobody pressure you like, oh my God, you've been sad for 3 months. Like there is no time process. There is no you can self-proclaim that though. You could, when you feel sure in yourself to say, I don't have depression. So now I know for me, like I don't have depression. But I have certainly dealt with that shit. Oh Lord. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to not have been like where I was when I first started my depression. That shit. Whew. But I'll tell you about that in a moment. Yeah, just don't let nobody pressure you while you work through it, because it's not going to be a straight path. That's just life in general. It's just life, you know. So give yourself grace through that process. But yeah, depression, like I was just saying, it can show up in multiple ways for different people. So some people might want to go party. Shit, and I don't blame us for having outlets. Like, we're human, okay? So we can't be so hard on people like, that bitch going out to the club. Don't she got some kids at home? Who the fuck watching? Bitch, why the fuck y'all worried about who watch? Why the fuck didn't you offer to watch the kids? You all worried about her going out, finally fucking enjoying herself, but she been cooped up in the house for 6 fucking months, and ain't nobody want to check on them damn kids. But everybody always got something to fucking say. That's what really annoys me about the community, is that everybody always got something to motherfucking say, but ain't nobody calling you to see, hey, I mean, I can wash your dishes for you. Hey, shit, I mean, look, if you need my help, I ain't judging, but shit, I can mop the floor for you. I mean, I did have this, like, I had a guy friend, and that shit was hot. My guy friend saw me, and it's like when you strong, and you gotta be strong, and you gotta take care of shit all by yourself, it's like you just naturally know, like, I don't need no help, I got it. I gotta get it done. Ain't nobody else gonna do it, bitch. I gotta do it. So you see that pressure on me or whatnot. So he was like, let me do it. So he just mopped for me one day. And I was just like, I felt weird because it's like, I'm just sitting here while you mopping and shit. I didn't know what to do with myself. But I did feel grateful. I felt grateful because I allowed myself allow yourself the grace to accept help, you know? Because I'm not saying that, obviously he probably did that shit because he wanted some pussy. Let's be real, okay? I ain't stupid. We're going to be real. But in that instance, for me to just let go of control and say, okay, fuck it, let him do it, you know? Even though it's my shit, even though I know I got it, let him take care of it. It's still, it was, I guess that just triggered my emotions, because letting people handle shit for you ain't always easy. Letting people take the reins ain't always easy, because it's like, shit. But anywho, yeah, like, that was true support. That was true recognition of, I identify you as already being a strong woman, and you don't have to overexert yourself. Let me do this for you. That was some hot shit right there. So of course we fucked. Yes. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. Point being though, let's get back on track. Yeah, so it can show up in many ways. And so how we choose to entertain ourselves sometimes You know, some of us, shit. Why? What the fuck Rihanna say? She said, "Why be sad when you could just pretend?" Now, I don't condone pretending, but why be sad when you could just get some dick? I'm just kidding. I'm not condoning mindless fucking either. But what I'm trying to say is like, it's okay sometimes if you want to go have a drink. Get out of your fucking house. That's one major thing. If you've been depressed and you've been in the house, just in the house, get your ass out the house. Get out the house. Whatever you do, you have to go. You have to. You really have to. You really have to get some fresh air for one. And you do truly need to be around people, even if you're not talking to those people. Go be amongst people. Now, sometimes you got to be careful, though, because that doesn't work for everybody. Now, sometimes you might find yourself amongst a whole room of motherfuckers and you don't know what to do with yourself. Because for me, I go to the bar and I'm like, because, I don't text nobody. I don't talk to nobody, like in my phone or nothing. Like, I don't be texting nobody. I'm not playing no damn games. I'm just sitting at the bar like, damn, everybody in their phone and shit or talking to their people. And I'm like, okay, so, well, at least I went out, but then sometimes it makes me a little bit more sadder because I'll realize that I got to go home by myself. And, I don't mind being by myself, obviously, like in a sense of definitely not desperate. But sometimes you need to go home with somebody else. Shit, let's be real. Shit, sometimes you got to go sleep in somebody else's bed to make it through that night. Fuck. All right, well, I'm gonna go sleep over there because shit, I don't feel like laying down over here. Sometimes like how we express ourselves through this time, support yourself because obviously, shit, you will see that people will leave you to die. Motherfuckers want to judge you on how you support yourself through your healing process, but they will literally leave you for dead. Literally. There's been times where I've spoken to people that I really care for, and I've tried to, because like as a strong person, you don't want to you don't even really want to own the fucking word. Like, yeah, I'm depressed, so if you could come help me, no, bitch, I'm not gonna say that. But I have said something like, these people knew what I was experiencing, and I was just saying, like one time I let someone know, hey, I'm not feeling good today. I'm having some thoughts. I don't really want to fucking be here. And then the person would say, like one of the persons said, oh, well, I can probably come tomorrow. That was a trigger. That was a trigger because though it's not as urgent to you, when somebody is reaching out to you, especially if you are aware of this person had depression and anxiety, even if you have your own depression and anxiety, support is key because that person literally is telling you like, hey, I need support. Like I need physical support. And for me, I got very much, look, even now, I'm still motherfucking, I'm upset. You see my head swiveling, throw this motherfucker off my neck because the only thing I ever needed was for somebody to actually be there. Now, don't get me wrong. The solidarity, being alone is very powerful. It is very powerful. You recognize, I mean, you enjoy yourself. I used to just dance. I fucking karaoke all night. I used to do 3 hours. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to be in here for fucking, not this house, but my other house. I used to just, for 3 hours, I'm just singing and dancing around my house. But you really do have to find ways to lift your own spirits because I remember a point in time when I was in a deep depression of, it was every couple minutes, I couldn't stop crying. And you know how you try to do the positive mindset things, and it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to, like they say, like take it day by day or some shit? And I was like, I broke that shit down to like hour by hour. I literally had to coach myself mentally, hour by hour, into positive thoughts because you can feel your mind slipping into the darkest thoughts, and then you just keep digging, and then you keep digging, like. And sometimes you have to process whatever you're digging for. But like I say, beware of the tunnel, you guys. Like, beware of the dead end tunnels, because sometimes we'll get to tunnels. Like, when we're on our journey of discovery outside of depression, when we reach a state of awareness. Side note: a lot of times, awareness triggers anxiety, and I noticed this during my work with mental health people, mental health and substance abuse peers, I noticed instances where people would mention their symptoms and how the people around them, weren't really resonating with what they were going through. And I'm, as a spiritual person, recognizing the spiritual complexes of what they're understanding. So I can see that it's not simply just, you're not fucking crazy. You literally are having an awakening. And that's the fucking bullshit too. Like, sometimes we are just awakening and then we can get labeled schizophrenic, depressed, anxious, because we are fucking awakening to the bullshit of the world. Like, oh my God, that's what really triggered my shit. So my part of the depression started maybe 2015, where I wasn't even truly aware. Like, I was not even aware that I had depression during this time. But in hindsight, I can see it now because I had postpartum depression. And I can see it now because I remember at that time I was calling the freaking hotline, like, look, I always had to support myself. And I've been alone since I was 15. I definitely had a lot of time to myself, time that I probably shouldn't have necessarily had. Like, it's okay how it played out, but there was time where in that instant at 15, you need a sense of direction, And with that being said, when I started to become aware of, like, so first, okay, obviously I had my kid, and then when I started to become aware, of me feeling sad, it's because I was living with my kid's father in his family's home. And once again, like, I still keep to myself. No, yeah, that's very dismissive of your mom. And I know, my mom has said some dismissive things, not in particular to this instant, but I remember something that she said that was I don't even want to bring it up right now because it's like off topic, but it's still, I think sometimes our parents, they're not aware of how to fix their own trauma. So sometimes they may say things because, and excuse me if this is in any form trying to make an excuse or something for our parents, but I think we have to understand that they also deal with unhealed trauma. So when she said what she said, obviously I didn't like what she said, and I obviously don't appreciate what she said, but I said that like that deflectiveness of them deflecting it is because she didn't know how to help you herself. She felt maybe hopeless, like, shit, I don't know what the fuck to do. Ask God. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Because at the end of the day, who, like, truly though, I mean, shit, to an extent, she ain't lying. Who the fuck on? Now, you know what's so funny about that? I remember somebody that I looked up to had mentioned that too. Like, go to God. Like, you bitch ass mother. Oh, I can't stand fucking ignorant people. See, that's that ignorant shit right there. That's that ignorant shit right there. That's that ignorant shit right there. But that's really personal because that person probably doesn't even feel as strengthened within them. They can't help you because they don't even want. You already stronger because you identified your shit and you owned your shit. See, a person that's not owning their shit don't want to necessarily support you because they not ready to face that within themselves. So if they come supporting you in your damn depression or whatever the fuck you got going on, you gonna trigger them to be sad too. So they trying to stay away from that sad shit because they don't want to deal with what the fuck they got going on. They not trying to fix the shit what they got going on. But they see you fixing it and it's like they don't want to get too close to it. They don't want to get too close because it's going to make them feel like they do, want to undig. They don't, especially if they older than us. A lot of times they done buried that shit. It ain't gone, but they buried it like a time capsule. That motherfucker ready to crack. Like, Edgar Allan Poe, the poem where he buried the heart or some shit. He could have sworn that he heard the heart ticket. Motherfucker, you buried it, but it's still in your consciousness. This shit is still existent. So you have to do the work. So I do give my parent grace, though I still feel like her ass needs to take accountability. I don't give a fuck. Look, don't look like I don't give a fuck who you are. You have to take accountability. Or you can't fuck with me. Period, point blank. So if you wonder why I stayed in my damn self, because a lot of time a motherfucker don't want to take accountability for what the fuck they did to me. So if you don't want to address it, then I guess we don't have anywhere else to go. Relationship done. I'm moving on. So yeah, like, so I do try to show, grace and compassion to all of the humankind, because we're all dealing with something and we all deal with things differently. And I was just mentioning depression. So I don't believe I actually spoke on what is depression. I guess I didn't really necessarily speak on it, because to an extent it can look so different. Like, so for some people, let me try to bring it to a focus of the bottom line of depression. There's a sense of awareness within your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit that something is not right here. Something's not, like, it was just a grand sadness for me. So what personally triggered me was, for one, I think I was sad when I started experiencing depression, like when I was postpartum, was just because I was always alone. Baby daddy probably at work. I don't really talk to his fucking family. They just there, whatever, they in the house. But I just needed a support system. I didn't have one, because my life was changing to where, like, my friend only had one best friend. I don't fuck with a lot of people even back then. But the friend that I have, our lifestyles were so different, because, my friend was still partying and I'm becoming a parent. So I can't be out here partying and shit, nor that I want to, I'm trying to create a family, But, so we just kind of, like, naturally, because our lifestyles were kind of different, there's distance there. And so I didn't identify that, like, as a major point of depression, because I was always able to get through, like, any type of sad feelings, whatever. But I remember, like, a major depression of, like, 2016-ish, when I finally understood that this whole fucking system is a lie. Like the type of shit that spirit was leading me to, man, that shit was so mind-blowing that it was disheartening. It was mind-blowing, because everything that we taught is a fucking lie. And so I'm trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to survive this bullshit, because they literally do everything to kill us. And I think, like, my anxiety was overreacting too, because it's like, I'm telling my people, like, we gotta come together, we gotta learn how to fight, so about people not taking this shit seriously, what you're trying to tell, like, or even when people coming to you and they're talking about how they want to start a business, and these motherfuckers y'all not serious. Because as soon as I called a lawyer and I'm asking the lawyer, okay, so how, like, what's it going to cost for us to start building this business and getting this patent? Ain't nobody got no motherfucking money. Some of y'all thought I was playing when you said you wanted to look. I got annoyed, because I remember even during this time of, like, whatever, depression and shit, I'm still, like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm trying to cultivate a business, and sometimes, like, that's what gets annoying, like, going into business with people who ain't serious about it. But anywho, I got kind of sidetracked there. So yeah, as I was gaining awareness of, like, the foundations that were created through society, I just don't know. I didn't lose it. I just was really sad, because I was concerned about humanity, and I was concerned about our, like, what the fuck are we going to do? I started, like, I was kind of panicky. But even outside of that, I guess I felt even more sad about myself, like, in the sense of I don't have the type of support that I felt like I needed, because before, so like I told you, the friend that I had, me and my friend had to kind of, like, so my friend moves, and I felt that the relationship was getting strained. And so, as I tried to address it, I'm like, hey, we need to talk about our friendship. The person like, we're not friends. I'm like, okay, well, okay. That was a mind fuck, because it's like, what? Like, you move and now we're not friends? Like, what? And so I could understand that, once again, because of our lifestyle change, this person was still, like, in a party mindset. They still wanted to party, and this person enjoyed an entourage. So if you weren't following behind them like a puppy, then they don't really give, what I'm saying? You're not really important, because you're not following behind them like a puppy. And I'm definitely not a motherfucking follower. So, okay. But it still hurts, when you've always been the supportive person for everybody, whether it be a cousin, a shit mother, a fucking friend, whoever the fuck, you've always been the support pillar. And so when you finally do need some support, you look around and there's literally nobody there, like, not even with nothing, like, nothing to stand on. You know what I'm saying? So there was definitely a lack of a support system. But I think, once again, it probably was necessary so that I could continue to learn what God needed me to learn in that instant of like, you don't need these motherfuckers. You know what I think it was too? Like when you start to come into the awareness of yourself, you will start to shed the past self. So I was in a moment of shedding to where not only am I shedding my past selves, but I'm shedding people too. So that was hurtful too, because it's like these people that I've grown with, I've known these people, some of them my whole life, and some of them for shit at least 7 years at that time. So it was hard. It was hard to let go of the people that I thought loved me too. But I could see that, to an extent, like the love wasn't always reciprocal. It wasn't quite the type of reciprocal love. It was only that because I love them and they could lean on me type of love, that people would see me as like, yeah, I could lean on her if I need her. Yeah, she gonna be there. Yeah, she always got, you know what I'm saying? So that became stressful where, now that I need some support, who do I lean on, right? So that's why I did turn to Facebook. Facebook is my outlet. If you ain't figured it out yet, I won't call him my husband because the universe is my husband, okay? The universe is my husband. But Facebook is like my little, what you call that, boyfriend number 2? The only motherfucker I talk to is you. Shit. Oh, well, I'm sorry, YouTube. I lied. So YouTube is new. I got been on YouTube. See, that sound like fireworks. But I've been on YouTube for a little while. But point being is like, I also didn't like to like get on. I just like to keep my life private. Like I ain't trying to hide nothing but shit. I don't like social media. Like I'm not trying. I ain't here for fucking the in crowds and shit. Like you know what I'm saying. So I wasn't really in the mix. But I'm just going through the stages of depression. So like I said, as I started to gain more awareness in my spirituality, and like more light was being shed on me, man, I think maybe I was even upset too though, because it's like, how the fuck could this shit even, like, how is this legal? It's legal because who makes the rules? So yeah, I started to like feel this like this immense pressure of like, I need protection. And outside of that, I was dealing with realizing that the relationship that I was in wasn't even fulfilling. And no offense to the person that I was with, but I just started to recognize that I'm not satisfied. Like I said, no offense once again, but I gotta just speak my truth. I started to recognize that I was not satisfied on multiple levels. It was communication, it was maturity, it was a sense of direction that was missing. I started to realize that I'm tired of leading these goddamn men. I've been in a relationship before where I had to take on the burden of like, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, trying to like lead it, or just not having that equal give and take. And so I made a decision to, let that go. And obviously that was a process as well, So the real depression definitely, like, it was really just a sad time because, I had to like get rid of everything that I knew, all the people that I loved, and I was on my own for like maybe 2 years with my babies, just me and the kids. And yes, dad was still around in a sense of like I would probably see him here and there, but yeah, like, and for the most part, it was literally just me and my kids for 2 years. So just imagine trying to process depression while you still are responsible for these children too. That shit is so fucking annoying. that shit is still something that I work through. Now it is easier that they're older because, they pretty much occupy themselves. I try to make sure that, we do activities to keep them, entertained. But 11, yeah. Having the children during depression, it's like sometimes you're not allowed to heal because you have to be strong. You have to, like I said, once again, if ain't nobody gonna do it, you gotta do it. And so there's been like this indication or expectation, I should say, especially on Black women, to produce, like, to be this strong, this unreasonably strong person. Now, don't get me wrong, we are very strong in our nature, but this should not continue to go on where these women are left alone in homes and shit. And there's this, I feel like there's this misconception of how men are being pushed out the homes when there is, in a lot of cases, where men don't want to be a part of the home because they don't want the responsibilities that come with that home. So it's not always just women pushing these men out the home. What the fuck is, look. So yeah, like when you have depression, I say, like, as a tip for one, you start with yourself, right? Because especially if you don't have a support system, it's internal. So if you are thinking about something, you have to redirect those thoughts. Start with redirecting a negative thought with a positive thought. Counter, like literally fight in your fucking head. If you have a negative thought, retract that motherfucker with a positive one. I literally had to sit that negative bitch down in my head. Like, yes, I'm talking about Patricia. Yes. I sat these bitches down, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think it was 3 different me's. But point being is one me was in the chair, bitch. I had to shut that bitch up. Like visualize it if you need to. If that's that negative voice, visualize it. Put that bitch tie that bitch up. Smack the hole around. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta really make it your own. You know what I'm saying? I made it my own. In my mind, I should duct tape her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you can't say shit. Now what? Ho, who got control now, bitch? I'm in the seat now. It's Sinatra, ho. But I'm not saying to pretend that you don't have these issues. What I'm saying is that you must be is it conductor when you drive the train? You have to be the conductor, motherfucker. You got to be the one to steer the fucking train. Don't let the train steer you. So, yes, counter your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And like I said, for me personally, it got to where I had to do that shit like every 30 minutes. Like, damn, you don't even know. Look, I'm trying to rub my head right now because I'm glad that I don't even know what the fuck I don't even remember what I was processing during that time, but that shit was stressful. I remember sitting in the bathroom, like, oh my God, it's just so sad. Oh, I'm gonna give my old self a hug. Because I'm so proud of her, for getting through that shit. And like I said, it's not fucking linear. It's not gonna be straight. So I still have my moments here and there, but now I can identify my more depression and suicidal thoughts come from loneliness is definitely a major trigger. Now, once again, bitch, don't do me. Because when I say lonely, I ain't never desperate. As you see, I'm always home alone. But yeah, loneliness was definitely a trigger because I literally held to myself, like after I got rid of that relationship, and even before that relationship, I've been waiting for my fucking husband. The fuck you talking about? Shit, I never, even in high school, I ain't had to entertain I ain't never entertained nobody from my damn school. I ain't never talked to nobody at my damn school. I was talking to this other nigga. But point being is, like, I always, for the most part, kept to myself. And if I was liking somebody, it was like for a couple years. I just liked that person, right? But yeah, so after I got out of that like last relationship with my kid's father, I still have my desire for my husband. I love my husband so much. But I'm also like, I'm not that type of person that feel like I have to get married. my thing is, I just truly want someone that is just as loyal as I am. You know, someone that I don't feel like I have to overexert myself or overcompensate by cooking and cleaning. Oh no, fuck that. Look, we gonna be chilling. We cool or what? You know what I'm saying? We what the fuck is going on? No, I'm not trying to take on the whole burden anymore. So, what else did I do to heal my depression? Even now, like I said, so sometimes you just gotta go have some fucking fun. Let your fucking hair down. Even if you ain't got no hair, go get some dick. Hey, you know, let's just be real. Like sometimes you just gotta go have a drink, little smoke. Don't overdo anything. Anything that you do excessively is not going to heal you. Now, what she said in her song, I tried to drink it away. I tried to put one in the air. So these sometimes, you know, I'm just being real because we are human. So sometimes you don't need to be thinking about that shit. You need to just go smoke and let this shit go. That's going to be your best bet for the night. Now, be mindful. Start to go into things that speak to your soul. So what I started to go into, like, I don't always meditate, but meditation really is it works wonders. It's so beautiful. Meditation is a great thing. I'm trying to find realistic things though. Like, okay, find new hobbies that you like to do. Like, go back into. I used to paint. I forgot I used to paint. Yeah, I used to paint just to pass some time because, like I told you, I spent a lot of time on myself. I would paint. What else did I do? I picked up tarot reading during this time. 2017 is when I started my tarots. What else I started to do? Listening to motivational speakers, listening to Sadhya Guru, people that are close to their divinity, people that are close to their, to the higher source, higher power, who has those type of knowledge. Oh, also releasing burdens and pressures from other people, like expectations that you have from society. Release the shit. Release yourself. Release it. Let it go. Because there's a lot of expectations that even recently I've experienced a depression when I was trying to be fucking in Bible study and shit, going to church. Because these motherfuckers want to make me feel like I'm crazy because I'm spiritual. The fuck wrong with these people? So yeah, it was like a bit of like, it was me trying to, like, as I tried to find more positive environments to go to, because I've never really been a club person either. Like, I might make an appearance at the club, but nobody really sees me unless I want to be seen. So yeah, the club ain't really for me, though I'm not like judgy. So, you know, you go to the club, do your shit, but yeah, that ain't really my shit. Unless it's out of town. I like to see different shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to see some shit that, like, oh, okay, y'all a little fancy, but this motherfucker, okay. Yeah, get jiggy with it. But what else did I do? Like I said, find hobbies, find things that you can work on, creative outlets, and then with the support system. So I might have a little bit of a hard time with this one because I don't necessarily have a support system. I laugh so hard. Look, I gotta go blow my nose. Hold on. Look. But yeah, I was just getting ready to say, like, shit. I don't necessarily have a support system. I have to find my support system within my damn self, within God. Amen. I'm in Ra. And even so many times I question my understanding because as I'm learning more about spirituality and I'm also attending Bible study, it's confusion. But there's so much clarity that God gives me. So while God gives me a certain amount of clarity, I'm trying to get approval from the church, my pastor, and I really still love her. She's a great person, but she's just a Christian. So sometimes they can be very closed-minded and narrow-minded. So problem. So basically, yeah, like when you're reaching for this type of support for people that don't even understand where the fuck you could get your knowledge from, because they're like, who you believe in? Bitch, I believe in the universe. What you mean? Wherever you get whatever. So yeah, that shit is I'm trying to think about support system there. Now for me personally, like I said, my thing is I've always just wanted somebody to just fucking be there. Like we ain't gotta be doing shit, just be in my presence. I think that's also, I learned that's like something with some people with like ADHD or ADD, they need company. They don't really need you to just talk or anything. Just sometimes being in somebody's presence, you become more productive. So yeah, like, and then the people that I started to reach out to, because I started to there was some like a situation that I was going to get into, and I was really excited about working and doing this business, but sometimes you got to listen to what people, like when people give you a warning about other people, like I don't listen to other people's opinions, because for me personally, like there was a particular person where there was supposed to be a sense of support there. And this person decided to go their separate way. Instead of choosing to support, they chose the latter, I guess, right? Now this was unexpected, obviously, and annoying, because I think that sometimes a lot of things that could be prevented if people actually talk to each other instead of waiting for like hearsay from other people. Now, I had to just touch on that just a little bit, because that situation also brought a lot of grief, because I just felt betrayed in a way that I wasn't expecting. It was another level of like a sense of betrayal. So not just family, not just love, but then it was business too. So I started to feel like, well, damn, God, if you keep telling me to move, but people keep doing things, like what am I supposed to, like if me being nice, that's why I started to feel so suicidal, because it's like if me being nice or if me trusting people is going to continue to lead me into damnation, then I don't want to fucking be on the earth, because I don't even know how to fucking be mean. Like people call me mean because I set a boundary, but I ain't never been mean to nobody. I ain't never really whooped nobody ass unless I got hit first. But motherfucker always want to fight you. Like if you try to talk to a family member or a friend, like basically if you try to address something, people get very agitated and they don't want to talk. They want to fight. And it's like, why you want to fight for when we can just really truly have a conversation about what's the problem here? But motherfuckers really would want to like rather, they try to like, because they can't take advantage of you anymore, you know, and like I said, try not to take everything personal, because we know that everybody has their own personal healing journey. But yeah, I think I cut off my last connection a couple months ago, because it was like this person felt as though like they were going to be in my house and not listen to a rule. What? That is like, we can't have a conversation? Wait, hold on, wait. So you telling me you think that you're going to stay here in my house and we can't have a conversation on about what's going on? How long do you plan to stay? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a common motherfucking conversation. I don't know why somebody would get ruffled out of their feathers when somebody's asking you, hey, so can we talk about, like, you know, how long do you plan on staying? Now I'm the villain. Well, you know what? If we can't talk, then there's no fucking point of you being here. The fuck? Why the fuck would I let you take over my house to tell me that you ain't gonna talk to me? You gonna, bitch, you no, bye. I ain't got time for nobody bullshit. I ain't got time for nobody drama. But if you want to be an adult about the situation, you want to have a conversation about the situation, let's do that. But I'm just mentioning that because betrayal can be, oh my God, it's just so hurtful. It's just so hurtful. And just sometimes, like, other people's projection can also be hurtful. Like, I've been called a demon because I read tarot cards, because I'm spiritual. People see me as supposedly evil, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's so silly. It's so silly that I don't care to explain myself anymore. I really don't. It's like, basically, sometimes I feel like nobody's ever going to know the best of me because I've kept myself I've kept myself very protected. Like, even like I said, when in high school, I didn't really fuck with too many people. So sometimes I'll be feeling like, dang, ain't nobody gonna really know, like, I'm the shit. I'm the motherfucker. Like, I'm so much the shit. Like, I'm so fucking awesome that I don't even know what to do with all of that. Sometimes I don't even use it. Shit. I'll be like, look, shit. Sometimes I don't feel like being extra. Like, I ain't got the energy for the energy within me. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, like, okay, if you feel burnt out or tired or depressed or anxious, sometimes you feel like, shit, I ain't got the energy to be a part of society. Shit. I ain't got the energy to show up. Shit. But I'm trying to think of other ways, like, individuals can support you. Like I said, someone can ask you to, if you're noticing depression in somebody that you love, ask that person what they need. Try to for one, make sure that they know that they aren't going to be judged, because it's very hard to ask for help when you know that your whole family take your fucking, oh, you heard that she needed me to mop her floor. Yeah, girl, I went over to mop her floor, but girl, that floor was dirty as fuck. I can't believe that she had I had dirt on that floor. Like, yeah, that made no sense. That's crazy. Stop doing that. Y'all gotta stop doing that fucking backbiting shit. That shit is not fucking cool. Y'all call yourselves families and friends, but y'all be fucking having gossip chat lines and shit. That's why the fuck I had to stop fucking with people too, because how the fuck is my name being brought up and shit, and I don't even be around none of y'all motherfuckers. But somehow, some way, I'm being brought up. And I also, not only do I not be around y'all, I don't cause no motherfucking problem. So why the fuck is y'all even talking about me? Shit. When I heard that two people that I love was talking about me, I was like, what the fuck I do to them? Come to find out that there's a lot of enviness and jealousy, and sometimes something as simple as my fucking skin color. Like, ain't my fault that I was born this color. You made me, motherfucker. How you gonna be mad at me? Shit, you shouldn't have did what you did with whoever you did it with. That's not my fault. Shit. Damn. It's not my fault that I'm lighter. And it's not my fault that something internally within you makes you feel inferior because you're darker. And I'm mentioning that because that's hurt too. That comes from, like, these things that you recognize in hindsight, you realize, like, damn, that's why these people treated me like that. That's why they tried to shun me. That's why they tried to stifle my growth or try to, convince me not to be as confident. Because a lot of times, even in society, big people, you too big to have that much confidence. Who the fuck she thinks she is? Miss Know-It-All. I remember trying to tell one of my family members, like, okay, look, if we're going to heal, we all need to actually sit down and actually fucking talk about the problem, because y'all keep trying to sweep problems under the rug and expect people to just keep walking over all these motherfucking shells. I ain't got time to be, no. We got to address this shit, because you want me to sit around y'all while y'all still being toxic, and I'm supposed to just shut up and accept it. But you can't sit around me and accept my spirituality where I'm going to light the Paleo Santo, bless the room because it do be negative motherfucking energy. Y'all laughing like, oh, I don't want that demon shit. But y'all got demons within you. Shut the fuck up. Shit. I ain't with none of that demon shit. But you doing demon activity. What the fuck is wrong with people? You out here. I remember, not my family, but I went to this one person's home. And let me be real. I'm very spontaneous. So I was going to grab something that I can't mention on the camera. And he was like, oh, yeah, come on. I got you. So we go into the house. Now I'm tripping because, like, I noticed that this looked like a crack house. It's not an actual crack house. It's an apartment building, but the apartment building is kind of like ran down, like, and fucking maintenance coming in here, right? So I'm not judgmental. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm chilling, going into the house. I see he got people, he got some people with him. And so, like, the girls look young, though. The girls look about 21, fucking, around that age, 21, 23. Now, we have a little conversation while I'm waiting for him to do what he do. And I started letting them know, like, I read cards, And they was like, oh, really? You know, like, so some of them, like, you could tell though that these girls were geeked. Like, they literally, like, they're there. They got some good minds on them, but they was taken over by this fucking pills or whatever they was on. And so like I know that they had good minds because she was saying some smart shit, but it's like still a disconnect, so much of a disconnect within that spirit. That shit is sad. Like we could really see that within people, right? And so as I was getting ready to read my cards, guess who showed up? Their demon energies. Now, not these girls. At first, it was the auntie. So the auntie was like, nah, I'm with God. I'm for God. Nephew, you finna let her do that shit, nephew. You know, so she getting fucking nervous or whatnot. I don't know. But I really truly think that it was just a spirit on her that didn't want me to do my work in that house. You know what I'm saying? And so it was pretty much like the devil pretty much claiming his stake on those people. Like, you ain't finna be doing, like, basically he was like, these my people pretty much. And so she was the advocate of like, we're not having none of that tarot shit. That's demon shit. When in actuality, y'all literally sitting with demons right now. Literally. But I'll leave. You know, I'm going to go. Y'all ain't got to worry about it. I'm gone because I'm going to take my light with me. I'll take my light with me too, because the bitch tried to call me a demon or some shit. And that's when I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to handle that. Nope, got to go. But yeah, they were curious about it. They were very curious, but right then and there, someone older than them or someone, you know, just within the vicinity induced the fear within them. So they were all kind of like, first they were curious and then they got nervous because she started to speak on how like, oh, that's demon stuff. So yeah, a lot of people be stuck in these illusions, man. And it's sad, you know. So like even for me, you know, sometimes I get in my funks, like I said, but like I'm a little bit more aware of it now to where I can identify, like try to identify that, like especially if you're a woman, identify what emotions you're having at what time. Because as I came to realize that I started to have more recently like suicidal thoughts, you know, towards like a week or so before my monthly. I built the correlation between, you know, there's a such thing called PMD. And so it's pretty much like when your hormones are out of whack and you feel like, oh, I could just fucking die today. But I don't want to like dismiss that. Like, even when I talk to my therapist, so I do have a therapist and I go to certain therapies that I enjoy. So that's what you have to do too. Find a support system. So for me, I found something called CCS. And that's pretty much like a community that works with people who deal with anxiety, depression. And, you know, they have different activities that you can partake in. Like I've done float. Bitch, you best believe I'm going to take advantage of that shit. I did some float therapy. What else? Man, shit, I don't even remember. There was yoga, the yoga option that I did one time. Something I love doing right now is my equine therapy. Equine is pretty much horse therapy. So that's fucking amazing, because going to the ranch ain't nothing like going to the ranch where all you get to see is like just peace, serenity. Because it's just all the animals. Did you know that donkeys are so fucking kind? The donkeys be walking up to me, nuzzling me and shit, because they love me like I love them. And so my last experience with the animals, because like I told you, I get lonely sometimes. So, you know, they could probably sense that heaviness on my heart. And so they started to walk, like all the animals when I went there that day. They wanted me to know that they were there to support me too, you know. And so like the horses and the donkey and the cats just walking up to me and just, you know, making sure that I was aware that they were appreciative of my energy as well, you know, like, because I like to rub them and to, you know, brush them, groom them or whatnot. I painted the donkey before. So doing things like that, like that really speaks to your soul. And getting pretty please get a support system, you know. If therapy isn't for you per se, journal. If you don't want nobody in your motherfucking business, journal. Write it down. Um, you can save your journals. I have journals, but I haven't been writing as much lately, though. I ain't gonna lie, I have not been writing as much lately. But yeah, you can journal. Um, but another way for like an external sense of support would be have a friend. Having a friend is important. I don't even know how to like. I don't force any friendships, but sometimes you learn like what category to put people in. So I just don't like to have like I don't like to have a friend that ain't a friend, you know. So, but it just depends. Like some people you just speak to cordially, casually. That motherfucker's an associate. You know what I'm saying? It's just good to know somebody. Okay, associate. I can talk to you for about 20 minutes. Okay, friend. I can talk to you for about 3 hours. But right now, like I said, I don't have much of a support system. I have a friend I talk to, but yeah, sometimes for me personally, like I get in my funk when it's more so about intimacy, not the sexual kind of intimacy, because I can go get that. That's pretty much everywhere. But the type of intimacy that like requires a kiss. Like I said, I'm not gonna. What the fuck is wrong with people when you just dating and casually and they want to kiss you? Like that shit annoying to me because it just lets me know that I just feel like who you be kissing on. Like you just kiss everybody when you first meet. No, no, no. You can kiss my other set of lips though. So yeah, even through all of this shit, you guys, I can say that I still have some residuals. I have residuals when it comes to like protecting myself because, like I told you, I'm not answering any motherfucking messengers just because it's like I can't trust you motherfuckers either. I can't even trust fucking Messenger because I've had instances where people have reached out to me through Messenger from fake accounts expressing certain situations, and it's like it was too close to comfort because there was this situation where this person reached out to me letting me know how they felt, and it was cool, but it was like also like, well, why wouldn't you tell me who you are, you know? So that fucked with my head for a little bit because it's like if you're expecting for someone to reach out and someone else is playing a fucking game, you see what I'm saying? And I ain't got time for motherfuckers that be trying to play games and shit. So yeah, long story short, I found out who that man. You won't even believe who the person was expressing how they felt about me and the shit. It's not my fault. Once again, how the fuck can you blame me that people find me attractive? Because like I had to let somebody go because like damn y'all, I'm trying to stay on track here. But yeah, I've just experienced a lot of like enviness and jealousy, and I didn't even know. Like I ain't even did shit to nobody. Like shit, I ain't make nobody like me, motherfucker. Shit, people are weird, man. People are so fucking weird. That's why I have to keep my distance, and I have to protect myself, even if that means staying to myself, literally. I would like a friend that I could trust one day, but sometimes it's just like I used to be that person that trusts in the beginning, and now that I don't trust people. Like I used to be the person that felt like, how could you not? Like, why would you not want to trust people? You know, like you could be open and hey, hi. But now I had to learn, like, you know, now I'm like very much so cautious with who the fuck I entertain. And even if you good people, it's like shit. My boundary is up. The boundaries are up. Shit, I don't know, bitch. You gonna have to be strong enough to jump over that motherfucker. I don't know. Shit, let the best man win. Exactly. Shit, that's the point. That's the point. Let the best man win. Shit. I don't know. But yeah, anxiety also fucking fucks with you in that area too. Like anxiety and depression can fuck with you in your relationships because somebody can be in their head about like feeling like they're not enough. And then somebody can be in their head like, okay, like for instance, I remember running away from a conversation because, oh my God, I just couldn't believe it. It was like, we were finally talking and then I got overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed because I felt like I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say, so I just ignored it for a while. I pressed ignore. I don't even know why I did that. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Maybe to let the pressure off myself, like, because I was like, oh my God, like, I like this person so much. I don't know what to say. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I ignored it for a little while because that person had asked me a question, and then, or they had like sent the message, and I was like, I went mute on them, and so I think that person could have took it personally, and so because of that, like when I did come back into the chat like 2 days later, I was like, it was sad because yeah, I think that person could have took it personally. So I just mentioned that because sometimes anxiety make you run from like a good conversation. It's like, what's your angle here? What are you here for? What do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Yeah, I don't know about you, buddy. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think that's all I got for now. Like, I tried to come up with some better examples of helping depression. And like I said, depression can also show up like when it comes to cleaning. So how depression can show up is like hygiene, cleaning home, or not cleaning the home, right? Neglect is pretty much just sometimes like you just feel like, bitch, all I can do is focus on trying to save my fucking mind right now. Shit, of course I ain't did shit. I ain't did nothing at all, bitch. I laid in bed all fucking day and I cried, and that's okay too. God damn it, for real. Because shit, sometimes you need a good cry, but outside of that though, sometimes all you can do is cry. You know, in that instance, it's like shit. Your whole body shut down. You ain't got the type of support you need. You damn near burnt out. But there's an expectation in the world to keep going. And fuck y'all too on Facebook. Fuck everybody. Because when I was telling y'all motherfuckers that I was sad, ain't nobody give a fuck. Shit. So yes, now I don't give a fuck. But deal with it. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. Let go of your fucks. You probably depressed because you give too many motherfucking fucks. Let's be real. That's a real one right there. You got to stop giving a fuck. And if you ain't hurting nobody, ain't nobody feeding or fucking you, don't give a fuck. Let a motherfucker talk. Let a motherfucker put their labels on you. Oh, she this and she that and she other. That'd be the annoyance to a motherfucker like to say what you are and they don't even know who you are. Bitch, you don't even know me. How dare you have the audacity to speak on me? But I know you. Oh, trust me, I know you. Because Spirit already told me. That's why a lot of people be mad too. They don't want you to be too close to read them. I can't play her. I can't even play her. Let me go on about my way. That's why I be lonely too, because sometimes I might entertain somebody. You know, I give people chances. I don't cut people off right away, you know, especially like if I enjoy a person and I know that we're all human, so we all have mistakes. So of course I'm not the type of girl to cut a person off the first time they make a mistake. Because I know that, like I said, we're human, you know, and if you want longevity with somebody, you have to like be able to forgive. But yeah, 1 and the 2, 3 gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's a level of people be good to a certain extent. Like, for instance, there's this guy that reaches out to me and I'm like, not understanding why if I told you that I'm not necessarily like interested in anything casual. So if you don't have any sense of direction as to why you're reaching out, like where is this going? What, like, you're wasting my time and your time now. You're like, this conversation is dull and dry as fuck. I do not like dull, dry shit, especially if you ain't just saying like, hey, come over. Like, what do you want? You got to be clear. What the fuck do you want? Because obviously it ain't me. So why are you even fucking? Maybe he was bored. But yeah, substance, people, substance. I'm trying to think about if I got anything more with the depression. Yeah, so don't stop judging motherfuckers. Y'all just, people be so damn judgmental. People, I'm part of the character. I'm a human. I know. I learned to train myself though. When I judge, I check myself. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm judging a situation, I just remind myself that ain't my motherfucking business. I'd be like, ooh, wee. All I can say is ooh, wee, because I know it ain't my motherfucking business. You see, I mind my damn business. But ooh, wee. What else? So so if you are someone who is supporting someone with depression, be mindful of the extent of support you can offer too. You know what I'm saying? So you do have to gauge like put limits on your help, on your support, okay? Because it can get taxing on you as well. You know, so that's why I say like you don't want to keep bad company per se. You don't want someone around you that's always constantly in a negative mind state. But that person truly does need support. So when you support that person, don't go resenting that person because you feel like, oh, they put all their burdens on me. When you also have a responsibility to set your boundaries, you know, before going in to support someone, and make sure that your mindset is correct too. Like in a sense of, okay, I can support this person, but if they're not actually like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't see that progress in the sense of like, I'm offering suggestions because I've been there where I've offered my friends suggestion on like, okay, you depressed, so let's go somewhere. Let's do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, we ain't got to go to no big ass fancy nothing, but I'm just saying like, let's go for a walk or this, and the other. But that person so much in the funk, it's just like, no, you bringing me down, bitch. And I got to go, bitch. I got to cut loose. I got to cut ties because I can't. I just can't. If we ain't moving forward, I don't want to be stuck with you. I can help you move forward, though. We can help each other. Truly, we can support each other on our journey. But I'm damn sure not going to be dragged down into the funk. No, and that's what I won't do. So yeah, like finding, don't allow yourself to be dragged down in the funk, but also don't try to judge that person so harshly. You know, sometimes they're just going to have to do what they have to do to get themselves out of it. I've gave many, advices or, whatever, like even, like I said, sometimes just being there, having a friend to just sit with is good. But yeah, so we talked about it. Now, I just listed some realistic things too. Like I said, first you can do your meditations, you positive reinforcements, finding good hobbies that you enjoy doing, getting yourself out the house. If you don't like crowds, just try to go to things and events that don't have a lot of people. Go see some animals. Animals are always a great vibe. And also have a drink. Shit, like I said, I'm not condoning any type of alcoholism. I'm not telling you to drown your sorrows because I know somebody that literally drinks a bottle a fucking day. So that's not healthy, obviously. Cut back on your drink. Maybe that'll help you. You know what I'm saying? If you're somebody that's in the funk and the depression and you always drinking, you always smoking, cut back on that shit. You gotta let that shit go for a while so that you can, and that shit ain't gonna be easy either. Because sometimes we use it as a crutch to numb the pain. But what you're gonna have to do in that moment, you're gonna have to feel that shit. Let it burn, bitch. You gotta let it burn. You gotta let go of those crutches. Try not to be lonely. Because that's going to be a trigger, sometimes that can definitely be a trigger to like, oh my God, I'm so alone. Like Donkey. I be feeling like Donkey because I'm all alone. There's no one here to deride me. But you gotta have friends. So I'm glad that I found a friend in you. I'm glad that you found a friend in me, and I'll try my best to be consistent. But like I told you, sometimes it's like, there's a disconnect, even though I know that you guys are real people, it's still like a disconnect of like, sometimes you truly do want that physical support within your house, within the home, like personal, and not having anybody personally, especially intimately, not sexually, there to give you hugs and shit. It can get to you. But also recognizing and identifying your strengths can be a great, great, great tool and a foundation to stand on. Remind yourself who the fuck you are. Bitch, I know I ain't the motherfucking problem. I'm a motherfucking solution, okay? Remind yourself who you are, and also reinvent who the fuck you want to be. Shit, if you're going through a state of depression, that's just saying. I think that Jim Carrey, he said that the state of depression is you fighting like your body's tired of pretending of some shit. It's tired of pretending to be happy or some shit. Like it's shut down. Like something is not right here. Hold up, motherfucker. Wait a minute. We got to make a change because no, I will not. What changes do we need to make? Do you need to get rid of some motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? You just need to, once again, identify your strengths. And I think a support system is the best thing too. Like even my support system is you guys here, like I said, Facebook, YouTube, because like I said, I don't have anybody physically, but it is like my outlet. So like I said, if I feel lonely, I come here. And I just started going live recently, so I wasn't really interested in being like on camera, but only on camera. What song is that? Only on camera. Some Drake, but only on camera. Anywho, yeah, I'm not really like a social. I'm a sociable person, but I'm more of an in-person sociable. Like I'm not the social media. Like, oh, you got Snapchat. Oh, you got Instagram. Oh, you got no, bitch. I ain't got all that shit. Why? Facebook do all that shit for me. But now that I got business, obviously I gotta keep my tabs on all the other social medias and shit. But yeah, I don't even like to keep up with this shit. But it's just a part of how our community, not just our community, but hold on. Not just our community, but just like social, just the way of the world right now. If you don't get jiggy with it, you're gonna get left. If you ain't getting jiggy with it, you're gonna get left. And so if technology is, this is how we socialize, this is how we interact with each other, then I didn't have any choice but to, start to engage, So yeah, I tried to keep some of those stories like in their boxes because they are a little bit, it was necessary for me to touch on some of the stories because I'd like to give like a little bit of a background, but then I also don't want to speak too much because I don't feel like the whole story is for this particular video. And I'll probably be sharing more videos and more stories about like certain situations with certain motherfuckers on my actual YouTube, So I'm Lonely Stoner on YouTube. I'll show you. I don't know if you can even see this picture, but this is my handle if you want to follow me. If you want to follow me and keep up with the latest updates, this is Lonely Stoner. Okay. Hey. So yeah, that's probably where I'm going to be releasing the tea, and I'm also giving myself the permission to release the tea because fuck everybody. If you had a fucking problem with me, then fuck you back, bitch. Bitch, you really finna have a problem now, bitch. You really finna have a problem. Bitch. Ain't no sense of protecting people. I feel like, I ain't trying to get nobody no unnecessary clout type shit, but at the same time, like I have kept a lot of things in, like from like a sense of like, I don't like to like, see, I'm not the gossiper. I'm not the grapevine, like you heard, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. But at the same time, some shit, like I said, my stories need to be told because they require, there's some narcissists up in that motherfucking, man. Narcissism is real. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with fucking people who are jealous and envious of you without you even know. Like I wasn't even aware of this shit until hindsight. Like I didn't even know. Like, like ugly ass girl, I didn't know. Damn. But yeah, I guess some of the stories will help people to possibly identify themselves and maybe even get them to help them through their situation or whatnot. And I hope that this video has helped you in some type of way, shape, or form. Me, expressing, this has been long overdue, because obviously I didn't want to talk about it because it was so frowned upon. Like I said before, people were like bringing it into awareness. It was definitely frowned upon. Like, ugh, you got depression? Ew, you got anxiety? Oh my God. And like I said, people literally made fun of me and shit because I was sad. Like, what kind of people are you to make fun of somebody that's sad? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And no wonder why I had to protect myself. You wondering why I'm protecting myself? Because I'm protecting myself from people like you, fucking ops. Fucking stupid ass people that try to come into your life and pretend like they want to help. They really just being nosy and shit. Crazy, man. People are weird. People are weird, but you know who got me? Somebody ain't never left me is God. I tell you that. So that's how I know God is real, because God has showed itself in multiple ways. I am so appreciative for spirit in the most high, in the most high way, you know. So gain a connection with your spirit, you know who you are, know your roots in the sense of what costs to your soul to practice, because that's going to also help you when you can't rely on people. We cannot solely rely on people, obviously, in this world. What God say? Don't trust man, trust in him and shit. Like, don't put your faith in man, put your faith in God, for real, Lord. But I'm so proud because that's the person that's like, that's the energy that has been my support system through it all, you know, and that's the only person myself, me and God is the people that I can give the credit to. But sometimes, you know, honestly, it does get hard to continue to be strong. And that's my reasoning for, you know, just letting you guys know, like, your friend may look strong on the outside. They may look like they got all their shit together. Like, damn, she popping her shit. She doing her shit. She going to work. She got the kids. Da, 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 da. Damn, you know, you got to do job. Da, da, da. But just check on your strong friends, please. Because y'all be wondering how people end up dead. I mean, shit, unalive. You supposed to say unalive on camera now? That's why I don't be on camera either. All these fucking regulations. I don't do rules and regulations. But anywho, yeah, that's how people end up unalive, because when they were asking for assistance and help and people were just making fun of them or trying to belittle them or trying to like fucking spread all their business across the city and shit, that's why people can't ask for help either, because y'all motherfuckers want to spread everybody's business across the city. Guess who called me and said that they was going through some depression? Yeah, girl, can you believe it? And then the only reason why they want to talk that shit because they know that you've been strong. That's the fucked up thing too. Here go these weak motherfuckers want to talk about your strong ass. And they can't help you sometimes because let's just be real. How the fuck we gonna rely on a weak motherfucker to help you when you the strong one? They looking to you for strength. So what the fuck do you do when the strong one needs some motherfucking assistance? They like, damn, we done broke her down. We done used her shit. We done used all the support she had left. She's no good for us now. Motherfuckers will use you down. And when you need the support, you're no good for them now. Damn, bitch, I was uplifting you. Damn, carrying the burdens. Damn, bitch, I need you to help me get a couple burdens off my back. Now they don't see. Oh, they turned the other cheek. Motherfuckers is gone, disappeared. All right, y'all. I think that's pretty much it for this YouTube here. Oh, you know what else I gotta do? I'm gonna get into my tarot. So we're gonna go ahead and do this tarot. So I will see you guys on my YouTube later. I'm gonna go ahead and shift on over to my other channel where I do tarot readings. If you didn't know that, that's a fun fact about me. Okay. I enjoy my tarot. And yeah. All right. Enjoy your night, your day, your evening. Talk to you later. TTYL. TTYL.